Hello, welcome to the final IDCorner Tech Bites episode of the Fall 22 term. It's been a pleasure presenting these live to those who are able to tune in through Zoom, and I hope the video archive will serve as a helpful resource. Over the term, we've looked at how to capture and share whiteboard content with Rocketbook beacons. We've looked at how to capture student responses live with clickers, and we've looked at the 4 new question types available through Canvas new quizzes. Today, I'm going to share about the Lightboard, which I think is a cool way to share information with students. Here we go.
Welcome to the Lightboard. The Lightboard is a special recording setup that uses special glass surrounded by LEDs. The light from the LEDs is trapped inside the glass until a person writes or draws on the surface. We have a camera here and some lights here. The Lightboard is a good setup for recording brief presentations, and you can use the Lightboard videos in a number of different ways in your classes. So you might be wondering why you might want to use the Lightboard. The Lightboard is a great tool for communicating difficult concepts to students. This is because you can quickly illustrate or note the ideas that you are trying to communicate to them. You can maintain eye contact with your students. And lastly, you can use gestures. You can talk with your hands. All of these combine to create a more personal experience than you might get through lecture capture or a narrated presentation. Additionally, you can make the Lightboard part of a +1 approach as talked about by Tobin and Behling in Reach Everyone, Teach Everyone. Similarly, the Lightboard can be part of an inclusive approach using universal design for learning as talked about by Tracie Addy in What Inclusive Instructors Do. And I quote, "To provide various recognition networks, the what of learning, an instructor may offer various ways for students to view or hear information and ways to process this information." So now that we've looked at what the Lightboard is and why you might want to use it, let's look at some other examples of the Lightboard in use.
In this first video, I want you to notice how Stefan uses the medium of drawing to convey a complex chemical process. I also ask you to notice that his ability to look into the camera makes this feel much more personal. It feels like he is talking to me. Connection between student and instructor is a big predictor for sense of belonging. Anything that we can do to support that is positive. In this video of Beth talking about the process of mitosis, I want you to notice how she makes use of images and text. The diagram she shares is an easy way to understand the cycle of cell replication. The ability that Beth is afforded to be able to refer back to the diagram helps solidify the information for the students. As Beth talks, notice how she is able to make eye contact with students and use gestures. Lastly, notice how she manages the layout of the video by framing herself within the image and text. In this last clip of me talking about recording tips for podcasting, I want you to notice the use of color to highlight different points. I will also point out here the use of images as talking points. The idea here is to create a visual cue to connect with the content of what you are saying. So that's the Lightboard. I hope that you can see the potential benefit that this tool could bring you and your students. One question from the Q&A is, where is the Lightboard? The Lightboard is located in Stylus 040. You will need card access to get into the room. We have an Outlook calendar titled Stylus 040 that you can view and subscribe to see when the Lightboard is free. Please contact me if you're interested in using the Lightboard. Once you've been oriented, then you can schedule time through Outlook using the Stylus 040 calendar. Beth Destasio made a comment during the Q&A that the Lightboard has been helpful for freeing up time in the classroom for more active learning activities. So if you're interested in active learning, then I recommend thinking about the Lightboard as a possible tool. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next term.